This guy literally put you in the backpack, more than put you in the backpack. He actually took you home from the hospital. That is your father. That is your daddy. And he took you home, and you still let him down. How?
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Joey Central here, and today we're gonna take a look at the quote-unquote worst Magic ever, at least according to Flats, who's actually done a review on this guy, and he basically roasted him hard. And I understand the whole purpose of that series is to farm bronze players such as this guy or this kid, which is a real possibility, and basically just like absolutely roast them. And I feel like even though it can be helpful, I don't really feel like it's made to actually help the person that's submitting these VOD requests. Rather, it's just to farm them for content. That's how I feel. Now he does make a disclaimer saying, yeah, he's gonna roast you and all that other shit. But like, you know, there should at least be more constructive criticisms here, and I feel like Flats doesn't. He was right on a lot of things, but a lot of it is just like, hey, you suck, try to suck less. And I feel like he was even wrong on some things as well. Now there's a penny on the other team, so this replay should be interesting. It's on the Krakoa map. Now I tried looking for comp matches this season, and unfortunately I could not find any. This is quick play, so we'll try to we'll get what we can from it. Now he won this match, but these are his final stats. He's got 9 final hits, which you know, isn't terrible. It's definitely better than this Iron Fist over here, so that's a plus. So we'll just see what we can find here. Here we go, here's our man. So I don't like this map. Personally, I don't like this map, and I also hate the fact that this map is in competition. I hate that. Let me actually take a look and see his rollouts. Okay. So he starts over here. Alright, so it looks like it's about to start. So let me see. Alright, so let's see the rollouts here. Now he's playing on PlayStation. He's not using a controller on PC. This is on PlayStation, according to the profile description. So this is PlayStation. So, you know, one of the things I notice as well is he's not really peeking from corners, because the whole purpose of playing someone like Magik is to take space from off angles and try to take as many angles as you can. And that's kind of what the goal should be, is to find somebody else, because you don't know who the other team has. They could have a Psylocke, they could have an Iron Fist, a Spider-Man, a Black Panther, they could have anyone. And you want to take those angles, not just to like for map control, but also just to see, like, do they have flankers? Because if they have flankers, those are the angles that they're most likely going to take. But you know, and you want to kind of use your third-person camera, like peek around corners. So he just like ran in a straight line this whole time, and to go this route when like that whole 30 seconds should be trying to gather information. So he sees Penny right here. He realizes Penny's a bad matchup, but in Season 2, Emma's a really bad matchup for Magik, and you want to be really careful. Like, your whole mission when you're dealing with Emma should be to keep track of her. When does she have diamond form? If you don't know, always assume she has it, because she could literally grab you the millisecond she enters diamond form, and you're just screwed, man. You're just absolutely screwed, especially if their team's there and there's a wall right next to her. Okay, so we have a Penny right here. We should probably not enter the back line when a Penny's about to hard focus you. But again, this is exactly what happens, and this is exactly why why Flats, or who I like to call Fats, was roasting him. The reason why he was roasting him is from poor decision making like this. And another thing I want to point out as well is they literally have a Punisher up here in a turret, right? One thing that you can do with Magik is you can literally dash, limbo, drop a demon right on his turret, and it will shred his turret. And if he doesn't get off his turret, it's gonna shred him. I've killed so many Punishers this way. It's probably not gonna kill him because of this dagger right next to him, but it will kill the turret. And this is crucial because he's up here literally going after his team. Like, there's so many players that just get absolutely demolished by Punisher turret. So that's like always going to be the #1 priority, even over healers. So let's just see what he does. Okay, so once again, he's trying to do that combo, right? And I know exactly what combo he does. So essentially, what you do when you want to do this combo, not that it was optimal in this situation, but immediately after you enter Limbo Disc, you left click, or in this case, I guess it's primary fire, and then immediately hit dash. And it looks like he tries to dash right there, and he missed, unfortunately. This is a situation you do not want to be in. So now you have no limbo discs. Yeah, you're just screwed here. You're just absolutely screwed. Why? Because literally their whole team focus fires on you. You literally have the Punisher focus firing on you even from his turret, so... The first thing you really want to work on is decision making. You want to be able to... You want to take off angles. So instead of dropping down here, because you started walking from up here, you want to come... If you would have just went up here instead, and you hear Punisher's giant turret, you could have literally just came up here, limbo, dropped demon on his fat ass, and this situation would have been a lot different. You would have been able to like burst down the Punisher, and then you can focus on the Cloak and Dagger, who would probably flee with Cloak form. That would have been way better than what you just did. Instead, you just died from making a bad decision. Now, this could also be from not understanding the map. This is a new map. Not many people understand this map. So, you know, that might be a problem as well. So the good news is, he doesn't just, like, walk. He actually uses his discs to get out of spawn now, which is good. So that's an improvement. But now you got 2 discs, and you're not using them. Now, because Limbo has a really short cooldown as well. Again, you hear Punisher's turret, so you have to think, where is the Punisher going to set up turret? If I was the Punisher, and I was on their side of the spawn, where would I set up my turret? But in this case, he doesn't have a turret. It looks like do they have a rocket? No, they don't even have a rocket. So he doesn't even get the rocket cooldown. Okay, so the thing is, since he's not on his turret, he's not a high target priority, which means you want to focus on his pocket healers, which is Jeff right there. You want to focus on their healers. Nobody's turning around. Notice how they're all just doing their own thing. And now you got Captain America on your team focusing on his Jeff. This is the perfect time to join him. Okay, that was actually good. Jeff wouldn't have been able to heal him. Once he goes underground, it takes him a few seconds to be able to heal again. So that was actually a good move right there. Now, for some reason, Penny's not setting up mines. I don't know why that is, but, you know, I don't think you needed to get a health back. You were relatively, like, high in health. If you would have just joined your team fight instead, which you have healers, you got, like, your dagger healing, she would have been able to heal you the moment you joined the fight. Like, you don't always need to be flanking with Magik. Magik's a hybrid character. A good job targeting the dagger. Again, what I would like to see is Demon. Instead of the slash from Limbo, and this is kind of like the same critique I gave to last Magik, you want to put a Limbo in the Demon. And the reason why you do that is because you get to control the angle and where they move. They'll have to move away from the demon to not get hit by it, because it has a wide arc. So, like, you see, if you put a demon right here, it would have like this funnel right here, right here. What you'd want, he would have no choice but to move away. He would most likely just hold S on his keyboard or hold back on his controller, and he would just go all the way back. Now, you are playing a quick play, which means you're going to be fighting PC players, so they're going to have an advantage over you because of the fact they have mouse and keyboard. So it could be either or, but most likely, I think you would probably just go back. But I would rather see Demon, personally. Okay, you're getting targeted by their, is it their Widow, or... It looks like a Black Widow's target, or maybe they're Penny. I think their Penny's hard targeting you. I noticed Penny has been hard targeting you this whole time. Okay. I don't know why you used your right click there, or your throw. Okay, so you have an Emma, she's in crystal form, you need to back the fuck up. That's why you back the fuck up. Fortunately, she fucked up her combo, and she wasn't able to finish you, but she easily could have finished you if she would have right-clicked or secondary fire and kicked you into a wall. You've been dead. That combo will one-shot you. That's magic. Good job getting out of the view. But again, I don't know why you do this. Good job landing a combo, but it's not hard to do on Penny. At the end of this, this VOD review, I'm going to show you a combo that you should be doing to tanks instead of this. So basically, what it's going to be is it's going to be Limbo in the dash in the demon drop, because they're going to be eating that demon while they're like juggled in the air, and then from there, that's when you weave in your melee, your primary fire. You like weave in a primary fire, throw, primary fire, melee, and like that, and like more likely than that, that's like the most optimal way to do damage to them. Okay, instead, I personally don't think you should have done this while Emma was ulting. I think that was just, again, poor decision making. Now I think better decision making will come like eventually, but the problem is you gotta have to actively think about it when you play the game. Play the game and always ask, like, what could I have done differently? What could I have done better? And again, now you're not using any of your cooldowns to get back with your team. And it looks like you guys are probably gonna stagger, I think, as well. Now, I see daggers waiting. You're taking the off angle, which is good. As long as you're not engaging them in a 1v6. Okay. So this is actually a pretty good. There you go. Now you know there's a Punisher in the turret. But there's also a Penny mine as well. I understand Penny mines are, now this is tough actually, because because Punisher is a high target engager, but if you try to take the Punisher out of his turret with your demon, you're gonna get hit by Penny's mines. So right now, so basically, what you should do is you should just like kind of wait for your team, have them distract them, and while they're not focused on you, and this Punisher's shooting them, you dash, you limbo behind them, you drop your demon, and then you limbo out immediately, so you don't get blown up by the Penny mine. You take the Punisher out of his turret, and he's no longer a direct danger to your team. You're not going to take care of the penny mines. You'll have to depend on your team to do it. But you have two choices right now. You take care of the penny mines or take care of the Punisher turret. If you take care of the penny mines, you're going to end up getting deleted by this Punisher in his turret. Because look at the angle he's in. He'll see you. In fact, he probably sees you right now. But if you take the Punisher out of his turret, it allows your team to engage. And again, either they'll take care of the penny mines or they'll give you the opportunity to take care of the penny mines yourself. Fortunately, the Punisher didn't see you, but now you got Emma on you, and she probably has her diamond form. So, again, you gotta be very careful with Emma because she has diamond. If she enters diamond form, she's gonna absolutely wreck you, especially when you got walls right there. Alright, so you get it out, which is good. She's not gonna follow you. So I think you could have came to the realization after 2 seconds. And hearing your team engage that she's probably not going to engage you. So that means you need to either go back in that portal or you take another angle to join your team in the fight. But I think right now, what you're doing is you're trying to see, okay, I'm going to wait for her to enter this portal and chase me, but she's not going to chase you. And you don't want to take too much time to decide whether she's going to chase you or not, or anybody else is going to chase you. If they're going to chase you, they'll do it within the first 2 seconds, and if they don't, then you take another angle. You don't go back in the portal. You just take another angle and you join your team in the fight. Right now you're just wasting time. I mean, how much health did you have before? You basically had full health. And you wasted the 10 seconds for this health pack to respawn to restore 7 health, when your healers easily could have been able to heal you back to full health, and now your team's losing the whole fight. Your team just lost the entire fight because you didn't join them. Okay, so right now nobody's on point with you. The Punisher's ulting. You should probably not engage. But you engage. So I think the biggest problem right now is decision making. You're not making good choices. You're engaging in fights that are unwinnable. And you have a Punisher who is literally ulting right now. He is ulting right now. He can melt you instantly with that ult. This ult can actually nullify some defensive ults. That's how powerful it is. They got a Jeff. They have both of their tanks, including Emma. Probably already has her crystal form back by now, based off of how much time you wasted trying to heal 7 HP. And the thing is, if we go back, all that time, while you were waiting for that health pack, your team tries to engage. So they were engaging. It was a 4v4. 1, 2. Okay, it was a 5v4. But and your team looks like they try to engage in a 3v5. But if you were there, you could have made a difference in that outcome. You had a healer right there who could have healed you. So I don't know. I feel like it's just poor decision making here. That's really costing you right now.
This is nothing.
So it looks like they're gonna end up taking this point and they'll be winning this first round.
Charge! You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner.
Alright, your invisible woman pops all. Alright, good job engaging the, Alright, so she just bamboozled you pretty hard. So I would say it's actually I would if this was another DPS. Okay, so that was good. The Punisher didn't know how to deal with you. But here's what you should have done with the Punisher turret. If it was a competent Punisher, he would have bursted you down. You needed the limbo and drop demon on that turret pronto. Okay, so unfortunately that Black Widow's not good, or else they would have absolutely destroyed you. Okay, this was bad. I don't know how you didn't die. You should have died. You never, the thing with Magik's ult is that you do not, it's not good when you pop it by itself, because if the other team focuses on you, especially when they got Emma Frost, who fortunately doesn't look like she's there. Where's their Emma? Is she around here? Okay, so I see. Oh, actually, she is. Dude, she's in diamond form. You popped your ultimate when she was in diamond form? Dude, that was bad. Okay, again, I don't want to harp on this too much, but when it comes to popping ultimate, you need to have good decision making. And the best thing to do is ask yourself, who are they focused on? If they're focused on your team, if you guys are in a team fight and you have an off angle, so let's just say your team's over here, they're all fixated. They're all fixated on this angle right here, but you got an off angle. You're like right up here. Nobody's really looking at you. This would be a perfect time to pop Dark Child. Go here, teleport and dash in here, do a swing, and just absolutely wreak havoc in their backline. This would have been a perfect opportunity. But instead, you're doing it in this angle right here, where they can all focus fire on you. And especially with Emma Frost, who can easily hit E when she's in diamond form and nullify Dark Child. And this is one of the biggest reasons why Magik is not in a good spot in this meta, is because of this one character right here. This one character is the biggest reason as to why Magik is not in a good spot. So again, it looks like in this case you kind of get bailed out. I don't know how you didn't die here. So fortunately, things worked out pretty well for you, and somehow you guys made a comeback. I don't know how that was possible, but it probably shouldn't have happened in my opinion. So, I don't know.
The battle starts in 5, 4, 3, 2. All you need to do is.
All right, let's see how this goes. So, not a bad rollout. Could have been better, but I'm not gonna be too nitpicky on that, because by the time the fight engages, you're gonna have your cooldowns back, so it's all good. So. First thing you need to do is, if you're playing with the audio, use sound cues. If you hear like an automatic machine gun going off in a distance, like if you hear no pauses, it usually means the Punisher has turret. It sounds like he's got turret, so what you need to do is find out where is he at. Okay, now they got Storm, they're trying to counterpick you. Now Flyers gives Magic a huge problem, so when they have Flyers, you need to play around cover. Alright, looks like you're gonna die here. Actually, no, you get bailed out. So again, keep your eye out on cooldowns. If you burn through cooldowns, the last thing you want to do is engage another fight. Because now you can't take advantage of this ultimate that your dagger just popped. So first of all, good job playing in her ult. I noticed you were being flamed by Fats for not playing her ult last time. So the fact that you're actually doing that is actually really good. And you're focusing on healers, which is great. But notice how there was a Jeff. Notice how there's a Jeff on the top right corner of this, not corner, but top right part of your screen. There is a Jeff, and he is pocket healing the Storm. Right? So what you could do, and now you notice there's a Punisher up there, but you have no limbo discs, so you can't really do anything. Alright, that's unfortunate. And again, I think your lack of mechanical skill might cost you there. Now, one thing I would say is maybe your sensitivity is too high. If it's too high and it's causing you to like jerk your angle, maybe try lowering it. You may have to lower your controller's sensitivity.
I got you.
I also noticed you're doing the no HUD challenge as well. Okay. So you seem very fixated on landing this combo. It's a good combo for melting squishies, but I would not do this to engage. This is not a good way to engage a fight. You only do this if you know it's gonna kill. What I would rather see you do is like take a second to look at what is happening. Okay, first of all, do they have a Punisher setting up turret somewhere? If they do, your first priority should not be to engage this fight, but to take off angles, meaning cutting corners around the map. So, and in order to find the Punisher in his turret, and then pop your demon and destroy the turret. Second of all, if he is to look for healers. Right there, you got this Jeff right here, just pocket healing this Emma right here. You want to take him out. You also got a Cloak and Dagger right up here as well, so that's something to consider. But I think if you could land your combo on this Jeff, then you should be able to melt him before Dagger even realizes what's happening. But you should be. But either way, even if you don't land the combo and you don't kill, and the Jeff does get healed, you're taking both healers out of the fight because Jeff is trying not to die and Dagger's trying to heal the Jeff, which means Emma is not getting healed when your whole team focus fires on her. So that should be. So you need to have a target priority system basically before you engage your fight. You got to know what your game plan is and who your target is. So, right now, the very first thing in this match is, do they have a Punisher up and is he in a turret? If he does, you need to focus him first and foremost. Second, do they have healers healing their tanks or their DPS? If they do, target them. That's who you want to target. You want to target the healers. Because the healers are keeping their Emma in a fight. And something tells me if you go after their healers, they're going to end up running away from their Emma instead of to their Emma. So that means they're basically free kills. But instead, you're going after their Emma, who, by the way, you cannot juggle when she's in crystal form. And what you should have done if you were gonna engage with a tank is not to use primary fire or the Eldritch Whirl, but to use demon. You want to drop the demon on them. But in this case you didn't want to do that. What you should have done was you should have targeted that Jeff that's right here. And again, I think this is just like poor target priority. That's what I think this is. I don't know why you're giving up on this Jeff though. You're not being targeted fired by anyone. No one's target firing you. You should be focused on this Jeff. Like he's healing his team. You need to be targeting this Jeff. I don't know why you're going after, but why are you going after his health pack? Your health is full. Okay, so now if you listen, you notice that the Punisher's in the turret. They have a Punisher somewhere. So what you need to do is disengage from this fight and realize where is he at. I noticed in this match, this Punisher loves to set up turret right up here. But you know what you could do? You can go underneath this waterfall. You can go up here, right? There's a lift you could take. You take this lift, you go up, and then you could just walk around, and then from this corner, you do Limbo Disc, Demon's Rage, and this Punisher gets absolutely demolished. Throw one or two primary fires in for good measures, and he's dead. Instead, you engage with their team, and you get destroyed. And I think, in time, your decision making will get bigger. It will get better. You just have to keep playing more, I think, and eventually your decision making will get better. But that's kind of how you want to think, right? So I noticed your rollouts are better. You get to your team faster now, which is good. That was one of the things that Flats was really criticizing you on. Okay, so you see the penny nest, right? Yeah. Okay, so right there, you got your dagger just popped her ultimate. You should limbo disc right to that penny nest and destroy it ASAP. But you're not doing that. Penny is the biggest counter, one of the biggest counters to Magik. And the reason for that is her nest. You want to destroy that nest ASAP, not only because it destroys you, but also because it heals her. Penny, when she's standing inside of her nests, can self-heal. So if you get rid of her nest, Penny has no self-healing. She becomes very vulnerable, which is exactly what you want. And you're just burning cooldowns for no reason. That's one of the things you want to fix with Magik. You do not want to burn cooldowns. Every cooldown you use needs to have a purpose. You did nothing there. And again, I know I sound like a broken record here, but I want to see more demons. I want to see more demons. And once again, Punisher's inside his turret. Again. And you know where he's at. He's always in that same location. Every time he spawns, he goes up there and he sets up his turret. Always. Honestly, what I would do is I would literally farm this Punisher. But what I would not do... You're gonna kill this Jeff, right? You don't kill this Jeff. Okay, he just swallowed your team though. So I don't like this ultimate. I'm going to tell you why I don't like this ultimate, right? Not because he didn't get kills with it, although that might be another reason. I don't like it because you did not check to see first, is the Punisher out of his turret? Because if he was in his turret, you would have gotten demolished. Fortunately, your Bucky's taking care of him, which is good, but I would have made sure if that was the case. And second of all, look at their point of their line of sight. Look at their LOS. Where are they all aiming at? This way. And then you pop your ultimate right where they're all looking. And third of all, you have to look at who, like, is your team winning this fight? Does this look like a winnable fight? If so, yeah, you want to pop your demon to ensure you win it. Okay? If it's an even or close to even, you pop your demon and outside their LOS. What I would do, right, is I would just take a few seconds, walk right behind here, because if you're like right back there, you're not in their line of sight. Nobody could see you behind that tree. Literally nobody can see you behind this tree. And then you pop demon, and instead you do it right where everybody can see you. And then also, when you can also use this to, this actually destroys Jeff when he's underground. So you want to do that because now you have no team. He just swallowed the rest of your team, and you're all by yourself on point. Fortunately, the Jeff did not hit your team off the map. Alright, good target priority. But now you're in the middle of the map when Punisher pops his ultimate, which is not good. Good job taking down Iron Fist. Demon would have been better. Alright, good stuff. It was rough, but it was a win. Alright, so this is what I keep seeing you try to do with tanks every single time. Alright, notice how little damage that does. You'd still have to go through their health many more times, and overall it's just not really worth it. This is what you should do instead. Notice how much more health you did. And also notice how much more health that you get. This is important if you're going for brawls with tanks, or I wouldn't say frontlining, but when you're off tanking with your main tank and you're helping them brawl the front line, that's what you want to do. Also, if you're frontlining and let's just say you're fighting their tanks, right? And you're brawling with your one tank, and let's just say their healers are back here and they need to focus heal their tank that's taking a lot of damage. This is your opportunity to portal in. That's when you do your combo. When you know you have a good read on them, you know what direction they're going to go into, and you're confident in your mechanical skills to be able to land such a combo. Also, when it comes to popping your ultimate, you do not want to pop it right here where the enemy can see you. The reason why is because it makes it very easy for them to focus fire on you. Instead, what you want to do is And then when your thing's about to expire, then you dash up here. Also keep in mind as well, when you get back into normal form from the Dark Child, all your cooldowns reset. So right before you enter Dark Child, you want to burn through all your cooldowns as possible, and then pick your off angle, and then pop Dark Child. And then you have all your cooldowns again. You engage. You want to use your portal a lot, and then or your limbo disc a lot, and then do your slash because it's got a lot of range. And again, you want to focus on squishies. You want to focus on weak DPS. You want to focus on out of position tanks. And you want to focus on their backline, their healers. Even if you don't get kills with it or they pop an ultimate, that's still value because you're causing them to waste their defensive ultimates, which will allow your team to push. And they won't have their defensive ultimates when somebody else can do your team ultimates, and that's the whole purpose of using it. So you're not always going to get kills with Dark Child, but it is good for pressuring, and that's when you want to use it. Finally, you want to just practice your mechanical skill. The best way to do this is you go into the range, you pick Luna, just do random, short range, turn this setting on, turn the move action to random. Start off with normal, and once normal becomes too easy, move it up to quick. Once quick becomes too easy, eventually go to super fast. You can set the timer to either 120 seconds, or you can turn it off if you want to do it for an extended period of time. And then just like practice your dash. Try to land your dashes. Oh yeah, also, if you make sure you turn off your cooldown so you always have dash available. And the whole purpose of this training session is to just practice landing your dash more. It's hard to do. As you can see, it's really difficult because your body becomes kind of like a projectile. But the whole purpose of this exercise is to basically warm yourself up and also kind of work on your mechanical skills. So like you can see, even I'm fucking missing my dashing a lot. And then also while you're doing this, try to like focus on one target, right? So for an example, I want this target dead. So let's just say this is a high target priority. I'm ignoring all the other targets and I'm focused primarily on my one target. I'm using my eyes to track them. Okay, I see her, and there you go. I got her dead. I got the exact target I wanted dead. I'm ignoring everything else. Everything else is a distraction. I want the highest target priority target taken out. There you go. And again, now you want to pick another target. I'm gonna pick this Luna right here. She's just jumping around, right? She's trying to. Okay, it looks like it ended, but you get the point. And if you really want to challenge in landing it, pick Iron Man. Keep the settings similar, and then. And then now you're really gonna. This is actually challenging. Now, definitely turn off your cooldowns for this one, because this one's even I'm struggling with this one. Now, when you start off, you're gonna be missing every single time, and that's okay. I was missing a lot too, and I'm still missing, as you can see. But eventually, the goal here is just work on mechanical skill, and this is kind of like the way to go about it, other than just playing the game. Just playing the game can help, but you want to also do this. You want to have like some sort of aim training. Even though Magic's not really like a shooter DPS when you have a gun, but this still requires like lining up your aim, because again, you want to make sure they're within like here, and you have to predict also where they're gonna be. And when they're flying, it's really hard, because now because it's not just you're dealing with a 3-dimensional axis instead of 2-dimensional, and that's what makes landing it on flyers so much more difficult. So these are just ways that you can work on mechanical skill. I would do this like at about 6 minutes a day, every day, and eventually it'll get better.